Liz Frehner and I work with the School of Nursing and Midwifery, and I predominantly work with students during their nursing practice units. We were trying to look at improving students' reflective practice and encouraging them to use reflective practice, and also to increase their critical thinking skills at the same time. We used video editing, specifically a system called Video Critique, which has been developed by the University of Notre Dame, and it's used to allow students to video themselves carrying out a skill, and then having that uploaded and going back and being able to either receive specific feedback or actually do a self-evaluation and self-reflection on their practice. So we got them to work in groups, ideally 3, but we did have some students who were just in a partnership, and they had a particular nursing skill that we got them to video at the end of semester, and that then gave them an opportunity as a group to go back and review the video and give both peer feedback and self-feedback on the performance of the skill being carried out. We asked them, first of all, if they were okay with bringing in their own recording devices, and they were all very happy to, because most of them had a phone that was able to do short videos anyway. And then we put together a user guide so that once we'd uploaded the videos onto Critique, we actually gave them a guide on how to use the system and actually mark sections of the video and type in the feedback. And that worked really well for them. We found that the students didn't have any problems using it once they had the guide to follow. We found that the groups that actually part of the video assessing task said that they had a lot of satisfaction from the experience, and interestingly their confidence and skill as they rated it before the actual intervention went up after they had had an opportunity to use the video critique program, whereas the students who didn't do the videoing exercise, actually their skill and confidence, or perceived skill and confidence, went down after a period of time. What worked well was that the skill that we actually assessed was simple and it was quick, so it actually meant that it was easy for the students to carry out. We also used dedicated laboratory time, so we weren't relying on them to come into a scheduled time outside their timetable, so we had staff on hand to be able to direct them and assist them. And it was a skill that they had to learn for their clinical practice, so they were all very enthusiastic about doing it. One thing that the students pointed out, they didn't have a video of the skill done by someone who could do it in the first place, so that they could then compare the person who'd been carried out the skill, compare it to someone who knew how to do it, so they didn't have that direct comparison. And most of them managed with the technology, but a couple of them still mentioned that they had a little bit of a difficulty uploading the video to send to me in the first place. But overall, it was good. It worked really well. We found that this critique program was brilliant to use and had excellent results. It is difficult getting the videos that are sent from cameras and phones, etc., into the correct format to be able to put it onto the critique system. So we were able to get around that by actually using the iLecture system. So my advice is have it set up so that when you record whatever assessment you're doing, it's recording straight onto iLecture. The students' feedback was that they really enjoyed having the opportunity to watch themselves practice or watch another student practice, and having the time to actually go over it carefully to be able to assess it. And we're looking at both positive assessment and picking up obviously the things that they did wrong. So the feedback was great to say that they enjoyed that, but being able to go back more than once as well and having a look, which obviously if you're not videoing something you don't have the opportunity to do in person.